a mood emergency. What do you do? Call E.M.S. So, I am not a doctor. That's always my disclaimer. This isn't medical advice. I am a person in long-term recovery living on the bipolar spectrum, which is the term I like to use because bipolar 1 or 2 or not otherwise specified just doesn't really capture the nuance of most people's experience. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Now about that E.M.S. For some people that could legit be the ambulance, emergency medical system. If you feel that you or a loved one might be in danger of hurting themselves or other people, absolutely call that E.M.S. But I also have been working on this bipolar toolkit, basically just a way of neatly outlining the things that I have done to keep me out of that ambulance for the last dozen years. And yes, I have been in that ambulance before. And I have been tied to that bed before. And I'm going to tell you, it's really not an awesome experience. So there's a number of tools, but that if you just have to remember one acronym, it's E.M.S. Exercise, meds, and sleep. Those are just your basics if you really just need to change your state. Exercise is such a wonderful way to do it. Whether you're maybe too far up or too far down or just super anxious and all around, take a walk around the block, walk in place, do a little light stretching or yoga, or just move your body in any way that you can bring yourself to do it. Exercise really has the power to transform. The M I am saying is for medication. Yes, I am a person in long-term recovery that also includes substance use disorder. And I understand that a lot of us in the mental health world, people that have different mental illnesses, might have a history, either past or present, of sort of like self-medicating with meds. So I say this with sensitivity and encouragement to be honest with yourself and always be safe. That being said, I've had times in my past where my anxiety made me feel like I was going to crawl out of my skin, or I was just completely crippled with anxiety. And I had, still have, thankfully haven't had to use much lately, but PRN as needed meds for anxiety. Sometimes those are necessary in an emergency. Also, just as an ongoing, preventative maintenance, kind of like filling up the gas tank in your car, taking those medications daily. I take my lithium every morning, so on and so forth. I take my ADHD meds every morning. The meds. Especially with bipolar disorder, a lot of the meds that we do take aren't those as needed meds. They're the things that need to be taken every day, twice a day. Gotta take the Depakote, gotta take the lithium or the Lamictal or whatever it is that your doctor prescribed, as prescribed, not just when you think you need it. Because if you're feeling better with the meds and you don't think you need them, you probably are feeling better because of the meds, thus you obviously need them. At least for now. Okay, again, I'm not a doctor, it's not medical advice, and I'm laughing about it now. And the reason I'm laughing it is because I was there where I thought I'll just kind of take them willy-nilly, and that ended me up, tied to a bed in the hospital. It's not a great experience. Do not recommend. Take the meds. Okay. Also, S, sleep. Oh, sleep. My goodness. If you feel like you don't like to have to take so many meds, and you can get yourself on a consistent sleep schedule, going to sleep, waking up at the same time, getting enough sleep every day, over time, you might not need so many of the meds. This has been my experience. It's also been my experience as someone with bipolar disorder and ADHD, a few other letters in there. Sometimes calming myself down to get to sleep is one of the reasons that I need the meds. And then unfortunately, as some people know, and there's a flip side of things, the grogginess in the morning, that's usually resolved in my experience with getting enough sleep. Anyway, the sleep. And I've been studying a little bit, learning more about the law of attraction, watching some of these cool Abraham Hicks rampages and things like that. And it's very interesting how she will say sometimes, someone just can't get out of a crappy state of mind. Like, did you try taking a nap? And I'm going, wow, so it's not just me, Sometimes I feel like sleep is a temporary escape for me. Like when I just I'm cranky, or I'm down, or anxious, or I'm too spazzy, or any combination, sometimes all at once. And also being a mom with a young one, and a working mom, and all the things, right? Just life. Adulting with a mental illness, parenting with a mental illness. I don't even know. I just have to take a nap. And wow, really does change things around. Or getting a good night's sleep. It's amazing. Okay, so E.M.S, exercise, meds, and sleep. Okay, if you made it this far, thank you. Again, remember to subscribe and like this and share it with anyone that can help. Now, there's a couple of bonus M's there, because I recognize that not everybody actually even needs medication. Yeah, even people with bipolar disorder can. It's going to be controversial, but I know a couple people. It's not the norm. It's not the norm that manage to do very well even without medication. Actually, that was me for a period of time, mostly around pregnancy. I think that the bipolar body brain has a way of being more stable during pregnancy. My therapist also told me that was something she observed as well. Again, I'm not a doctor, just a woman with a lot of lived experience. Anyway, but whatever it is, if you're, say, mildly on the bipolar spectrum, or maybe you're tuning in here and you have some other mood spectrum disorder, and that's great. I'm so glad you're here. I want to say it takes a lot more extra effort of self-care, but there's two other M's that I have found can work every bit as well, if not even better, than like a PRN, benzodiazepine, let's just say, for example. Meditation. Wow, meditation. Even if it's just 2 minutes of mindfully observing your breath, or 15 minutes at the beginning of the day, or what I like to call horizontal meditation, wherein I put my little sleep phones on my ears and play some sort of body relaxation / hypnosis as I fall asleep. Meditation really does wonders, partially because it just helps us to clear our mind, and partially I think because it can help you feed better things into your mind, like if you listen to guided meditations, which brings me to the third M, so like your two bonus M's, and that would be a meeting. If you're a person in long-term recovery, as I will say I have the fortune of being, I can go to certain mutual support group meetings for free. They're all over the place. Maybe I'll put $1 or $2 in the basket, but I don't have to. And when all else fails, it is just like phenomenally amazing how it can just change my state. better than all the things combined. I can go in there just thinking everything sucks and I hate it all, and leave and just be like, the hills are alive. So yeah, so meditation, meetings, I'm not gonna lie, I do all of it. Which is why I basically have a toolkit that I work from. And if you're interested in getting that, drop me an email to bipolar-brilliance-coaching@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe this. Let me know what you thought. Did you try this in a mood emergency that's not the type where it's life-threatening, in which case you would call the real EMS 911. Otherwise, try this. Exercise, meds, sleep. Let me know how it worked out for you. Take good care of yourselves so you can take care of each other. See you next time. Bye-bye.